Okey, kejap Okey, bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum semua. So, kita dengan hari ni sekali lagi sesi scholarship talk kita yang minggu kedua lah, minggu ketiga. So, saya Tasnim binti Karaziswa, moderator semua untuk hari ini. Kita ada Cikgu Aisyah dengan kita, wakil dari counselling, Emerson Typing. Selamat datanglah bagi para alumni dan juga adik-adik Emerson Typing kita. Jadi hari ni kita ada Encik Mohd Fazlan bersama-sama dengan kita dari batch 12 ya, Encik Fazlan?
Betul.
Okey, sekarang beliau bekerja dengan Bank Negara Malaysia dan beliau juga merupakan seorang pelajar bawah pinjaman MARA lah. So sedikit dia akan share dengan kita untuk hari ini macam mana MARA telah membantu dia sepanjang tempoh pembelajaran dia. So tanpa melengahkan masa, saya serahkan pada Encik Fazlan lah, silakan. Terima kasih.
Okay, thank you Tasnim. So Assalamualaikum semua, nama saya Mohd Fazlan. Seperti yang Tasnim letakkan tadi, saya dari batch SPM 2012. So sekarang saya bekerja di Bank Negara di Department Banking Supervision for a year plus now. So pada hari ini saya akan menceritakan pengalaman saya sebagai penerima di bawah tajaan MARA, Skim Pinjaman Pelajaran MARA. So tapi sebelum saya mula, ingin saya kongsikan beberapa perkara, housekeeping rules lah basically. So the first, this is solely my own personal experience having went through my undergraduate studies di bawah tajaan MARA. Second, so the program is not 100% scholarship. So ini bukannya tajaan sepenuhnya daripada MARA, saya kena bayar balik. So berapa banyak saya kena bayar balik dan cara macam mana MARA kira semua tu saya akan cover kemudian. So yang ketiga, saya tak akan cover courses yang you guys boleh apply for your SPM sebab to be honest, because I am not qualified to talk about that. So kalau korang ada soalan, kalau ada soalan tentang courses mana yang MARA offered under MARA through YTP, bolehlah consult kaunselor sekolah, Cikgu Aisyah dengan Cikgu Syahid. And then I just want to remind that maybe some of the things that I have said is no longer relevant sebab maybe program ni dah tak ada, tapi just you guys would get an overview lah macam mana para pelajar MARA yang sambung degree under MARA macam saya, apa yang kita orang lalui for the past 5 years of my life. Okay, I can start. Saya di Masam Typing pada tahun 2011 dan 2012, SPM 2012. So pada bulan 9 macam tu, saya applied for Skim Pelajaran Semelang ada MARA using SPM trial result. So pada masa ni memang kaunselor ada cakap yang kalau kita orang boleh apply lah kalau nak boleh pergi overseas ataupun buat local. Syarat dia vaguely lah, kalau you nak pergi overseas, you tak boleh ada C in your trial result, MARA trial lah, the yang benda yang susah tu. Kalau you nak pergi, kalau you nak buat local, you minimum is C, you tak boleh ada D. So my result is not straight A for trial SPM. So but then somehow alhamdulillah I still got in. So yeah, it's not that strict lah back then. So what I ended up doing was I submitted resume, sorry typo. So I submitted my resume dengan kita orang kena buat application essay dan I hantar ke school counselor macam Cikgu Aisyah dan Cikgu Syed sekarang lah. So I just submitted to them and then at that time memang tak ada interview process pun. So I habis my SPM on 30th of November. Lepas tu I think seminggu lepas tu Taylor University call cakap yang I dapat tajaan MARA dan I akan start in Taylor University like 1 month after that, sometime in January. So I started my program even before result SPM keluar. Result SPM keluar in March, tapi I masuk U in January. So fast forward dekat Taylor University. So I joined this thing called American Degree Program. So basically it's a preparation course lah. So you know kalau university before you masuk degree you ada foundation, ataupun kalau you nak pergi UK, you ada IB dengan A-levels. So kalau you nak pergi US, the main thing yang orang akan buat adalah diorang akan buat American degree program. So that's what I did. So American degree program dekat University Lesat campus, covered by MARA, and then the cost was 100% covered and waived by MARA. So in my contract memang diorang cakap I memang kena bayar balik, tapi apa yang I kena bayar balik tu adalah cost yang masa I dekat US sahaja. Cost yang I dekat Malaysia, dekat Taylor's University, 100% covered and waived by MARA. So cost, that's just a fake figure. So it's around 60,000 ringgit on my 2.5 years in Taylor's University. So syarat-syarat MARA, syarat-syarat yang MARA telah tetapkan untuk kita orang fly adalah masa kita orang 2 tahun dekat Taylor's University, kita orang kena ada CGPA 3.0 and above, and then kita orang kena ambil TOEFL. TOEFL ni macam Mohd lah. Kalau you guys know Mohd ataupun IELTS. So it's an English test. So kalau TOEFL, maximum score is 120. Dia ada 4 section. Each section 30 marks, so 30, 120. So minimum kalau you nak fly is 80 ataupun 85. I'm not sure. I think 80. So only kalau you dah pass dua-dua ni baru MARA akan cakap okay lah, you can fly to the US. So tapi apa jadi kalau you fail? So kalau you CGPA you bukan bawah 3 ataupun TOEFL you bawah 80. Kalau TOEFL senang, you boleh retake TOEFL, you ambil lah berbanyak kali pun sampai you pass. Tapi for CGPA, malangnya kalau you bawah 3.0, you at my time lah, one of my friend dia tak lepas. So what ended up happening was MARA still sponsor dia, tapi dia buat local. Dia buat degree dekat one of the university in Malaysia lah. So instead of dia pergi US, dia still ada MARA tapi local. So yeah, that depends on MARA punya that's up to MARA lah on how to decide. So TOEFL you kalau you fail, you just retake sampai you pass. So TOEFL is okay lah. And then so that was I was in Taylor's University from January 2013 sampai May of 2015, and then in August of 2015 I flew to the US. I went to this university called Temple University. It's in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, in the US. So it's a pretty unknown uni. Memang tak ramai pun student Malaysia yang pergi Temple University. Dan kalau budak-budak yang pergi Temple University, memang semua orang tahu, okay, kita orang nak mesti budak-budak ni akan buat actuarial science. So basically that's what we did lah. So my graduating batch ada 30 orang. Memang kita orang semua 30 buat actuarial science. And then, so you know that I said earlier yang ini bukannya 100% scholarship yang I kena bayar balik. So I kena bayar balik minimum 10%, maximum is 20%. If you look at the table on the right, so ada kalau syarat-syarat berapa you nak bayar. Kalau abroad, kalau you study overseas, kalau you dapat 3.5 and above, you akan bayar 10%. Kalau between 3.0 dengan 3.49, 15, and then kalau 3.0 and below, 20%. So kalau local, sebab local lagi murah, so percentage tu lagi tinggi lah. So total amount yang MARA bayar masa I total semua 750,000, which is total both dekat Taylor dengan dekat Temple. Tapi dekat Temple sahaja, dekat US sahaja, diorang bayar around 690,000. So because luckily my result was 3.5 and above, so I kena bayar 10%. So total yang I kena bayar balik is 69,000 lah. So yeah, so that's my Temple University time. So I graduated in May. So basically I was there for 6 semesters. You tengok lah, even for 6 semesters, 3 tahun pun cost dia dah dekat 700,000. So it's kind of expensive lah. Yeah, to go overseas. And then I dapat kerja dekat Khazanah. Khazanah 1 year, and then I pergi Bank Negara sampai sekarang. And so I graduated in May. I start kerja in October, and then October of 2018, and then I think starting February of 2019, I dah kena start bayar balik loan MARA tadi, sebab I kena bayar balik 69,000. So I kena start bayar balik in February of 2019. So MARA memang bagi leeway lah for students untuk cari kerja dulu, and then lepas dah cari kerja baru bayar balik. Bayar balik tu dia ada dia punya schedule dia, tapi starting RM100 for the first few years, and then gradually naik lah. So setiap bulan 100 for the first 2 years I think. Lepas tu 150, 250, 350, 400. Maximum is 400. So based on my schedule, I akan kena bayar 400 sampai umur I 41 I think. Yeah, which is quite a lot lah. So to cover that 69,000. Tapi memang MARA memang selama ni dia orang ada diskaun. Macam hari tu macam 50 tahun anniversary MARA, dia orang bagi 50% diskaun. So instead of 69,000, I boleh bayar dalam 34,500. Tapi kena bayar cash lah. So yeah. So memang sentiasa akan ada diskaun. So macam tunggu je kalau ada diskaun, dan kalau you guys decide to bayar, tak bayar, dan just bayar bulan-bulan lah macam apa yang schedule tu cakap. So yep. Next, I akan cover the type of financial benefits under MARA punya sponsorship. So I akan cakap tentang bond, tentang and kinds of allowance that I dapat masa I under their sponsorship lah masa I study. So bond, so I sign 2 kontrak dengan MARA. First contract sebelum I masuk ADP, sebelum I masuk Taylor University, and then another contract before I fly to the US. So memang dalam kontrak ni memang cakap it's a pinjaman boleh ubah. So it's a not 100% scholarship. Boleh ubah means because it depends on your CGPA. Saya cakap tadi kalau 3.5, 10%, soal lah macam table tadi. Tapi tak ada obligation to work with MARA or other subsidiaries. So I tak perlu pun kalau balik sini I kena kerja dengan MARA ke ataupun agensi bawa MARA, tak ada. I just kena bayar balik 10% and that's it. So I also tak ada obligation to work in Malaysia. So kalau I decided to stay in the US and kerja dekat US, boleh je. Tapi we were heavily encouraged to come back home and serve the country lah. And memang most of us did, like 99% of us memang come back and serve the country sebab in the US it's quite difficult to get a job there also lah. So kalau you guys decided to nak kerja dekat luar sebelum you balik, you can, but just know that it's fairly difficult to get a job nowadays. So masa your time in like 4 years time memang I think lagi sakit, I'm not sure. And the thing about MARA punya scholarship, MARA punya pinjaman boleh ubah is that tak ada interest. So tak ada interest in the sense that kalau I pinjam, I can 69,000, I memang akan kena bayar balik 69,000 je. Versus PTPTN ada this 1% ujrah ataupun service fee. Basically ada additional 1% yang you kena bayar. Basically kalau you pinjam 100,000, so you akan kena bayar balik dalam RM1,000 extra. So kalau you pinjam 100,000, you akan kena bayar balik 101K. So that's the pros and cons of MARA lah. And then in term of monthly allowance, I dapat allowance bulan-bulan sebab ada certain scholarship yang bagi 3 bulan sekali ataupun 4 bulan sekali atau 6 bulan sekali. Tapi MARA dia bagi setiap bulan, 25th of each month. Memang alhamdulillah on time lah. Cuma masa I mula-mula dekat Taylor's dulu, I masuk in January sebab kita orang nak set up, nak buka account lah, tu nak kena bagi segala details dekat MARA and everything. So we only ended up getting my first allowance in July 2013. So dari January sampai Julai, kita orang macam I luckily my parents boleh bayar, so dia orang cover dulu the cost, and then once I dapat in July, MARA bagi balik lah segala allowance dari January sampai June yang delay sikit sebab nak kena set up system and everything. So yeah, so the allowance for my preparation in ADP is okay, it's livable. It's not a lot compared to like other scholarships, but is it enough? For me it's not. Kalau you masak maybe tapi I tak masak masa I kat Malaysia, so tak. Sebab I did my preparation, my ADP dekat Taylor University in Subang Jaya in S15. Memang mahal lah. So memang tak cukup. So yeah, luckily my dad boleh bagi some extra money. So that's how I survive. And then masa dekat US, I'm not sure about UK, tapi kalau dekat US, amount is based on location. So kalau you dekat prime location, you dekat urban, you dekat city, you akan bagi, dia ada 3 rate. Rate A is paling tinggi, rate B dengan rate C. A memang kalau you dalam New York City ataupun you dalam Philadelphia tapi dalam bandar betul-betul, you akan dapat rate A macam I dekat Philadelphia tapi kita orang macam 2 kilometers away from the city center, so kita orang dapat rate B. Lepas tu kalau C, kalau you macam dekat kampung-kampung, dekat Iowa ke mana ke, you mostly C lah. So yeah, so this is based on, I think the location is based on MARA punya internal criteria. So up to them lah to decide uni ni dekat A ke B ke C. Tapi to be honest, mana-mana pun I think cukup je. Sebab you guys ada MARA, you guys memang pergi ramai-ramai dengan kawan-kawan yang ada MARA. Macam kawan-kawan I yang housemate I dekat US adalah kawan-kawan masa I buat ADP sama-sama dekat TLS. So kita orang dah kenal. So kita orang pun masa dekat US cari rumah sama-sama. Sebab duduk rumah ramai-ramai, so murah lah. So sewa murah tu, kita orang masak apa semua, dan grocery sana murah, so cukup lah. InsyaAllah cukup. Unless you guys memang spend shopping banyak dan tak cukup lah. That's your issue lah. And then ada allowance. Kita orang ada one-off dengan annual allowance. One-off mostly dia bagi sebelum flight. Lepas habis ADP dan sebelum pergi US, ada 3 bulan gap. So time tu I dapat laptop, accommodation punya allowance. Lepas tu I dapat allowance baju untuk beli baju sejuk. And then masa final year dekat US, I dapat extra allowance and thesis allowance. And then return ticket flights. Masa first time I nak pergi US, MARA yang belikan tiket, memang best lah. Sebab dia orang yang belikan. I naik Malaysia Airlines, that was like super premium. And then masa I final time balik lepas graduation pun, dia orang bagi tiket juga. So I kena call MARA US, cakap I nak balik bila, I dari mana, Philadelphia nak turun KL, so dia orang yang settle everything dan dia orang bagi tiket. Tapi ada than that, kalau you nak balik setiap tahun, macam I balik every year. So sebab summer kan ada summer break 3 bulan, dari Mei sampai Ogos. So cakap, tapi kalau you nak balik at the time itu, you kena bayar sendirilah tiket apa semua. And then allowance, ada annual allowance. So I dapat setiap tahun I akan dapat books insurance dengan perkakas, elang perkakas. And then financial assistance. So MARA memang this is apa yang cost you kena bayar dulu, diorang akan reimburse balik. So maknanya is pay and claim lah. You bayar and then you akan dapat duit balik kemudian. You bagi receipt dekat MARA, then MARA akan bayarkan balik duit tu. So benda-benda yang I macam tu adalah application fee. So masa you nak apply uni dekat US, memang you kena some uni you kena bayar application fee. The amount is vary according to uni. Some are I think about $40 to $80. I think the most expensive yang I pernah jumpa is $80, about RM300 lah kan. So it's still expensive. So so tapi semua ni I think you boleh claim up to a certain amount. Kalau you apply 10 uni tu tak lah. I think MARA ada limit on how many universities punya application fee yang you boleh claim. I'm not sure how much, but you can check with MARA. But they do pay back the fee. And then visa fee, because kalau you nak pergi US, you can apply visa. You can apply student visa. I think if I'm not mistaken, the cost is around 250 to 360. I think 360, tapi MARA tak bayar balik some. But it's around there lah. So kalau you convert dalam 4, it's about RM1,000 plus. But then benda ni you boleh claim, MARA akan bayar balik. And then TOEFL fee macam I cakap tadi. So TOEFL, MARA akan reimburse kalau once you dah pass. Kalau you pass first time, you ambil, then you pass terus, then so okay lah. Tapi kalau apa jadi kalau you fail as in you bawah dia punya requirement 80. So kalau you dapat 75, so you nak kena ambil balik so kalau you fail tu, cost yang you fail tu you tanggung sendiri. Diorang akan hanya reimburse balik once you dah pass. And then lastly is the professional examination fee. Sebab masa I yang dekat Actuarial Science. So Actuarial Science kita orang ada professional papers. Macam kalau accounting ada CCA, ada ICA, EW. So kalau actuarial ada actuarial punya paper lah. So the paper pun mahal. I think the first paper that I took, it cost me $235, which is around RM1,000. Ini pun bakal reimburse balik by MARA. Tapi semua ni you kena check balik in the contract lah. Sebab memang my contract, I think memang diorang cakap this will be covered. So yeah. So I think this is where the difference between MARA dengan other sponsors would vary so much lah. So in terms of kalau you compare MARA dengan JPA maybe somewhat similar, but kalau you compare dengan companies macam Petronas ke, Bank Negara ke, Khazanah ke, ini yang akan vary lah. Sebab kalau I boleh cakap, sebab I kerja in Bank Negara and previously in Khazanah, kalau in these two company, BNM and Khazanah, you have to work with them. So kalau Bank Negara, you ada obligation to work with Bank Negara lepas you balik. You tak perlu bayar, it's 100% scholarship. Tapi the way you pay back Bank Negara is by working for them. So dan memang ada beberapa tahun, minimum beberapa tahun yang you kena serve with the bank. Contoh kalau macam I buat 5 tahun. So kalau I were under Bank Negara, I kena kerja dengan Bank Negara for 10 tahun. So the ratio is 1:2. So for every year yang diorang sponsor you kena serve balik 2 tahun. So kalau 5 tahun, maknanya 10 tahun lah. For Khazanah, they 1:1. So kalau dia sponsor you for 5 years, meaning you kena kerja balik dengan diorang for 5 years. And I think kalau JPA, this is from my friend lah, I'm not sure how that applies right now, but for my friend back then, diorang still tak perlu bayar, it's still 100% scholarship, tapi you ada obligation to work in Malaysia, which there are some most corporate companies lah. I'm not sure ada limit, ada syarat ke tak company mana yang you kena kerja, that one I'm not sure. Tapi itu syarat dia, you kena kerja for some amount of time in Malaysia before, and then only the bond will be repaid lah. So so I think that's one thing that was not that people don't tak explain sangat, which is the bond. Sebab kalau you fikir bond kan, kalau you under BNM atau Khazanah, macam at least you have some job security. At least bila you dah graduate, you balik sini, you ada kerja. That's one way to look at it, yes. But then you will be stuck in that company for a while. So kalau you yang jenis nak lompat-lompat ke, ataupun tiba-tiba lepas you kerja 2 tahun, tiba-tiba you dapat this rare opportunity to work elsewhere. So can you do that? You need to talk with your company lah, sebab your bond still tak fulfilled. So so there's some limitation. So, macam I kena bayar balik. It's quite a lot of money, yes. But then I have the freedom to go wherever I want and everything. So so there's pros and cons in every sponsorship lah. So this is something for you guys to like figure out macam mana yang you nak dapat macam Khazanah, BNM, tapi you free, tapi you kena bayar balik. You kena serve the company for a while, ataupun you bayar balik, tapi you ada freedom to go wherever you want. And then in terms of monthly allowance, monthly allowance for different companies memang lain-lain lah. I'm not sure diorang dapat berapa, tapi generally MARA JPA will be among the lowest. So the company, sebab diorang punya student tak ramai, so they can afford to pay higher. And then for other allowance macam tu juga, macam I cannot explain much for other sponsors, but this is where it would differ lah. So kalau you guys want more money, want more pocket money, go for the top ones. Tapi kalau tapi MARA pun cukup je sebenarnya. InsyaAllah cukup. And I think that's it on the financial benefits. Then last slide. So you see selection process. So this is a tricky one. So MARA. So kalau you generally kalau you tengah buat preparation, macam I buat preparation through ADP, kita orang boleh pilih universiti mana kita orang nak pergi. Dan syarat MARA hanyalah make sure universiti yang kita orang pergi tu was MQA accredited. MQA is the Malaysia Qualification Agency yang akan approve this degree lah, yang so that bila kita orang balik sini, kita orang punya degree tu is being recognized in Malaysia. So kalau tak recognized means that diorang tak, we cannot say that we are a degree holder lah, sebab diorang tak recognized pun that course from that university. So most universities yang famous are, but kalau you pergi some sketchy universities, yeah, that's where the issue will arise. So in my time, that is the only requirement. So we were quite free to select which uni that we would go to. Tapi sebabkan I buat actuarial science, so it's more of a personal requirement. So actuarial science ada di society called the Society of Actuaries. It's the biggest organization of professional actuary based in the US. So diorang ada listkan like I think 50 universities yang diorang iktiraf as having the best undergraduate program for actuarial science. Means that kalau you study actuarial science at these universities, so it will be recommended lah, sebab diorang dah vet the curriculum, diorang dah vet the syllabus, dah tengok faculty, dah tengok macam the connection to the industry and everything. So yeah, so this is more of a personal thing. So what I would recommend is that kalau you guys nak apply uni, do think about all of this. So macam personal requirement, the SOA, this was introduced to us by Taylor's University. Macam diorang pun ada cakap macam okay, macam korang budak-budak actuarial science, kalau nak pergi uni, kalau nak pilih uni, macam okay, ada this SOA dah buat keluar list of university yang ada yang were recognized by them lah. So if you could select from this uni, please do so. So Temple University was one of those, and I ended up going to Temple. Yeah, so that's how I decided on my uni. And the difference between MARA dengan other sponsors is that I think other sponsors are a bit more tight, a bit more cerewet lah when it comes to university. Macam they just wanted you to go to like the top 100 university based on some, I think, QS list in the world or something like. There's some list that they had, or some widely recognized list, and you can only go to the uni yang ada in that list. So in that sense, it's a bit more strict lah. Sebab kalau sebab Temple University was not in that list. So but then Temple University punya business school, which is I under dia punya business school, sebab actual science under business. Dia punya business school is number 62, which is with the 100 of the business school in the US. So kalau you fikir in that sense, macam yes, Temple University is a good school, but kalau you tengok from that list yang JPA provided, macam so Temple University tak ada pun dalam that list, macam perlu ke pergi situ, macam so they don't allow people to go there lah. Yeah, so different sponsor will have different requirement on the unis. So yeah, so this is something to think about. Macam kalau Khazanah dengan BNM, the uni will be very, very strict. Also, you can only go to the top unis, like the Ivy Leagues and whatnot. Yeah, so yeah, I think that's it for me.
Faham. Right, that's an interesting sharing. Okay, back to your first slide. The one you punya timeline, yeah. Okay, so in the first place, masa you apply MARA itself, program ni kan, Skim Pinjaman ni, you apply that particular course ke, actuarial science, or macam mana?
Yep, so technically what happened was, masa I apply SPC, dia orang ada buat keluar list, dia orang lekat dekat maktab, macam okay, kalau you nak pergi UK, these are the courses yang you boleh ambil. So kalau you nak pergi US, these are the courses yang you boleh ambil. So how I ended up selecting actuarial science was because I tak nak buat medik, I tak nak buat engineering, and the only option that I could do is actuarial science kalau I nak study abroad lah. Sebab I memang nak pergi overseas. So I macam from that selection, actuarial science dia yang the only logical choice for me to select. So yeah, I did. Masa I apply tu memang I cakap I applied for actuarial science, dan dalam I punya application essay, I just found my application essay like 2 days ago. Memang I ada cakap lah kenapa I pilih actuarial science, I nak pergi U mana apa semua, macam wah, it's pretty detail lah.
Okay, so you did your research lah.
Yeah, I did masa I apply lah, tapi not that much pun. Yeah.
kiranya you apply particularly actuarial science and then baru MARA yang draw the path to go to into tailors, ADP and all that lah. Macam tu.
Okay. I think kalau tak silap memang MARA dia cakap kalau you nak buat actuarial science pergi US, you memang kena masuk ADP dekat Taylor University. So memang that's the masa I apply tu memang I confirm akan buat ADP dekat Taylor University. Sebab ADP you boleh buat ADP dekat Intact ataupun dekat INTI. Tapi in my case I buat dekat Taylor University je. Itu memang dah spesifik lah.
Oh okay, maksudnya ada ke orang lain yang apply the same scholarship ni tapi buat dekat tempat lain other than Taylor's?
For SPC tak. For as in for actuarial science okay, kalau
for MARA punya scholar.
Okay, MARA punya scholar kalau SPC yang pergi US, kawan-kawan I yang engineering diorang buat dekat INTI dan Intact Salam, INTI dekat Nilai. Tapi for actuarial science somehow they just put us in Taylor University. Dan memang Taylor buat actuarial science sahaja. Course lain tak ada.
Okay, faham. And then tadi you ada mention kena bayar balik right after you dapat kerja. Betul?
Betul.
Okay, let's say maksudnya macam certain pinjaman you boleh bayar balik, macam dia kata within you graduate and then within a year baru you boleh start bayar balik. And then tapi let's say you tak dapat kerja time tu, you boleh tangguh bayar ke macam mana? Maknanya start penangguhan untuk bayar tu.
That one I'm not sure, tapi okay, sebab I grad in May, so I dapat kerja in October, then only
that was fast lah.
That was quite long lah, sebab I start bayar in February. So macam from May to February tu memang dah a bit like 10 months kan. So memang ada tapi I think kalau even in February you still tak ada kerja, I think you could apply to MARA lah. You could appeal to MARA and cakap you need more time. I think they should be understanding.
Tak ada minimum gap lah you.
Tak ada lah. Tu I'm not sure.
Faham. And then pembayaran balik tu dia akan potong terus from you punya gaji or you pay personally?
Pay personally, tapi I set up auto deduction lah. So every satu hari bulan, setiap bulan tolak duit. Dan memang dia
by choice lah.
Dan memang dia ajar lah how to do that. But it's by choice.
And then ada one more you share tadi, different kawasan we get different rate. Yang ada 3 rates tadi. Alright. So macam how much difference of the rate if you can share or you tahu tak?
Okay, so I rate B. Rate B is $975 per month. Kalau rate A 1115. So it's around difference around $140. Kalau rate C I think 825 I think. So
rate A would be yang kat bandar lah. Rate C would be yang the pedalaman like that. I see, okay, faham. Alright, kita ada soalan dari Inshira. Can we choose the program or MARA will decide for us along with the university choice?
University choice? I think
untuk program ni, I rasa you dah jawab tadi. You pilih kan along with the program together dengan MARA punya scholar, tapi untuk university choice?
University choice sebab I apply course pergi US. So I boleh decide university but within the US sahaja. I tak boleh tiba-tiba nak pergi UK, tak boleh. Sebab ADP ni kalau you buat ADP, you boleh pergi Australia, you boleh pergi Canada juga. Tapi kita orang ada tanya MARA at the time, boleh tak kita orang nak pergi Canada, dan MARA cakap tak boleh sebab kontrak cakap US. So still free but ada restriction lah dalam US sahaja.
Is it because untuk actuarial science only?
No, I think most of my friends pun sama case juga. Yang buat engineering ke apa ke, dia orang pun sama juga. Kalau masa apply tu cakap pre-uni USA saja. Kalau A-level dengan IB, UK saja.
And then you particularly applied for Temple University kan, bila dekat Taylor's tu. You applied Temple only ataupun you apply few other choices but you got Temple?
I applied for 4 different universities sebab kononnya nak ada safety net lah kononnya. So I ended up bayar quite a bit on the application fee. Sebab and then different uni ada different requirement. You kena ada hantar application essay lah, apalah. So leceh juga. So I applied for four universities. Wisconsin Madison, Drake Uni, Nebraska Lincoln dengan Temple. I alhamdulillah dapat semua. So buzzer lah sebenarnya. So dan ended up pergi Temple. So kalau you guys in this same course, tak perlu risau lah sebab kita orang risau sebab kita orang ada 30 orang budak actuarial science dekat ADP, semua pandai-pandai dan semua nak pergi US. So kita orang macam apa jadi kalau kita orang semua apply universiti yang sama, lepas tu dia orang macam tak nak ambil kita orang semua. Dia orang ambil yang the top 5 ke apa ke. So padahal tak pun. Padahal dia orang nak duit. So jangan risaulah.
Tapi yang you boleh claim yang you dapat masuk je lah kan?
Yes.
Because you mentioned earlier you can claim. Okay. And all those claims tu you dapat bila? You dapat right away during your degree ke macam mana?
Sebab I apply ni sebab I habis dekat ADP in May. So kita orang start apply masa February dah start. So I think I dapat duit masa I dah dekat US. So it took a while lah. So 6 bulan, 8 bulan tapi still dapat lah.
Tapi okay lah. And then you mentioned about the professional papers for actuaries. Professional paper for actuaries ni is a must ke? Maksudnya memang kena ambil or is by choice? Sebab macam accountancy you got the choice to further.
Ni sama macam accountancy juga. So that kalau you ambil ACCA, kalau you study accounting dan you choose to take ACCA, that's your choice kan. Tapi macam kita orang pun sama lah. That's my choice whether not to take actuarial papers ke tak. Dalam kontrak tak dicakap pun masa you grad you kena pass berapa how many professional paper, tak ada lah. So kita orang ambil sebab sesajalah, sebab kita orang ambil tu penting untuk apply kerja dekat Malaysia ataupun dekat US. So the more professional paper you have, the better your chance to get in lah.
And the fact that MARA memang dah mention dalam kontrak that they will cover, it's good lah.
I misal sebenarnya I tak ambil banyak, I ambil satu je.
Dia kalau tak keberatan boleh share sikit, maksudnya dia ada berapa paper? Means you don't have to take all.
Dia selalunya orang bila dah graduate ada at least 2. Dah pass 2 professional paper. So that's the 2 basic lah. Tapi I ambil satu je sebab lepas tu I malas sebab susah. It's very difficult. So the passing rate is about 40%. So I studied for 8 weeks, 6 hours a day, just to hari-hari buat probability, the integration lah, differentiation lah, benda-benda tu lah. I buat tu everyday. Itu pun passing rate pun kita orang budak-budak MARA best I ada ambil 15 orang yang ambil that at that time, 7 je yang pass, lagi 8 tak. So that's how you can see memang passing rate memang less than 50%. Dan memang susah lah. So masa graduate pun ada kawan I yang dah pass 3, so seorang je lah yang dah pass 3. A few yang pass 2, lepas tu a few yang pass 1 dan ramai yang tak ambil pun. So macam tak perlu pun nak ambil. Kalau you rasa you nak jadi actuary, nak kerja dekat insurance company, then yes, you should take the professional paper. Tapi I macam tu, I tak.
For these professionals ni, so MARA offer yang you boleh claim. So like you kan sekarang for the time being you stop. Let's say that 2-3 years from now you decide nak sambung, so dia tak ada limit lah for that time gap .
You mean time gap to take additional paper ke time gap untuk
claim.
MARA? Tak. Sekarang dah tak boleh claim lah. So I boleh claim until graduation only.
I see. Okay. Alright. Para student boleh tanya soalan kalau ada soalan. Okay, so ada orang tanya, can you share some tips in writing the application essay? Nak share ke? Baru jumpa tadi kan?
I tak ada the exact document dalam laptop, tapi apa yang I tulis was that I cakap this, I think it's like 2 to 3 pages. So first paragraph I cerita pasal I punya academic achievement dekat result PMR berapa, trial SPM berapa, GPA macam Dean's List setiap semester ke tak. And then I cakap the most subject yang paling kuat, which is I think was it maths? I'm not sure what. So it should be maths lah kalau you ambil actuarial science. But in my case, sebab I apply using trial MARA, my trial MARA for maths was bad. I got a B+, and that was the lowest lah. So kalau you tengok my result trial, I shouldn't be taking actuarial science at all. But yeah, somehow I still got it lah. And then so I cakap pasal extracurriculars, apa yang you dah join dari form 1 sampai form 5, all that stuff lah. And then I cakap I nak pergi wish uni. Kenapa I nak pergi uni tu, kenapa I nak buat actuarial science, I cerita lah kenapa, the reason why I wanted to take actuarial science, blah blah blah. I interested in the insurance industry lah, apa. And then I specifically cakap one uni dekat US yang I nak pergi, and then I cakap lah kenapa I nak pergi uni tu. So all this came from research. So you need to do your research lah. Sebab kita orang memang tak tahu pun actuarial science tu apa, universiti kat US tu besar, so which one uni yang you nak kan. Ya, tapi you need to do your research lah.
So meaning you did your research pasal actuarial science, and at that point of time you macam get a grip of what actuarial science basically about lah, maksudnya.
Yep. You tak perlu be too technical, tapi just tulis sebanyak mana yang you faham lah. So that diorang bila Mara baca macam wow, macam okay lah, at least nampak lah budak ni did some research kan. So macam tak adalah budak ni macam just main apply je. Dan universiti yang I tulis tu, I ended up tak pergi pun. Yeah. So macam you don't have to go to that specific uni lah. You just write lah. It's okay.
Faham. So to simplify, actually you punya past academic results from Form 1 until Form 5, and then maybe you should highlight the core subjects for the particular course yang you are applying lah kan. So maksudnya kalau yang apply engineering mungkin maths jugalah, because engineering is more to calculus. So kalau yang medic, maybe you should highlight your punya biology and all, and then you punya contribution curricular activities, and then you punya research on that course itself and the program itself lah kan, apa yang Mara offer. So,
sebab bila you apply, bila I apply memang I select ADP, US, actuarial science. So I kenal lah kenapa ADP, kenapa actuarial science, kenapa US, kenapa this uni. So memang be specific lah.
Yeah, okay, faham. Sebab basically kita dah tahu what we are applying, so we have to tekankan lah main points. Alright, okay, ada orang tanya where to apply for SPC. I rasa back in the days kita dari maktab kan.
Yup. I think based on Cikgu Aisyah punya update, sekarang dah tak ada, unfortunately. Sebab sekarang instead of using trial result, korang akan guna actual SPM result and apply for YTP, the Young Talent Development Program. But I think the gist of it is still the same lah. Kalau YTP, I tengok based on last year punya application, you pergi US tak ada, tapi you boleh pergi UK, boleh pergi Spain, France, Germany and so on. Yeah. So this will be up to Mara lah, tengok apa yang di offer. Tapi do check with your counsellor sebab counsellor akan tahu semua ni.
Betul. But for the requirements, actually students boleh tengok from Mara website sendiri. Tapi for further details, maybe boleh check dengan Cikgu Aisyah ataupun Cikgu Syahid lah, counsellor. Alright, okay, soalan dari Nadia Akilah, kalau business biasanya kena tekankan subjek yang mana?
Business macam tak ada spesifik sangat. Maths maybe lah, tapi just tambah tolak dapat bahagi je. So it's not that thing. Kalau you ada accounting in SPM, bagus. Tapi I tak ambil accounting pun masa SPM. So tapi still I ended up doing, right now pun I'm doing, my job pun is like accounting related. So it's a plus kalau you ambil accounting, but it's not a requirement. Yeah, but then kalau basically business ni, kalau you minat nak tahu dalam business company tu kan ada banyak department. So nak tahu diorang each department buat apa. So basically for bachelor science dekat US, you boleh pergi either business school. Business school ni means fakulti business lah. So kalau you dengar perkataan fakulti, macam ada fakulti science, ada fakulti maths. So kalau ada fakulti business. So kalau for actuarial science, some university dia letak dalam fakulti maths ataupun fakulti science. Tapi in Temple University dia letak under business. Means that sebab I masuk under business school, means that sebab I pergi Temple kan. So I akan belajar tentang HR, tentang marketing, tentang business related lah, tentang risk management and everything on top of my actuarial science classes. Kalau you pergi for a maths school, kalau you pergi fakulti maths atau fakulti science, you kena belajar benda-benda maths lah. Benda-benda matematik teori lah, apalah benda-benda yang I tak faham. So yeah, and I don't think that would be useful masa you kerja. Sebab you kerja, you kenalah tahu company tu buat apa, company tu ada HR tu apa, marketing tu apa, semua tu kan. So I think that's why I select to pergi under business, sebab I memang nak tahu tentang business tu sendirilah.
Faham. From me personally, macam you cakap lah, there's no particular subject for business sebenarnya, because from what I know, kalau kita ambil memang majoring in business, you will learn more about management, marketing, and also it's more to your analytical thinking skills. But it doesn't mean that you tak perlu strong any subjects. Those things also important lah, especially maths penting juga. Alright, okay, next soalan. MARA still ada untuk scholarship medik ke? Yang ni Cikgu Aisyah macam nak further explain, Cikgu Aisyah.
Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Salam.
Okay, untuk MARA still ada scholarship medik ke? Untuk sekarang ni setakat pengetahuan cikgu, untuk keluar negara bawah YTP tidak ada. Tapi kalau dalam sains, untuk perubatan medik saja tak ada. Tapi kita selalunya kita akan bawa di bawah Kolej MARA. Kolej MARA memang ada tapi dalam negara saja. Maksudnya kamu boleh sambung ke RCMP ataupun kamu boleh sambung di MSU, di mana universiti-universiti yang MARA collaborate lah. Tapi dia bawah YTP tapi dia tak ada untuk ke luar negara. Tapi di bawah satu lagi program Kolej Asasi MARA. Kamu boleh check dengan your counselor untuk yang terbaru. MARA ni dia akan keluar setiap tahun. Dia punya penajaan dia berbeza. Ada sedikit perbezaan, ada sedikit persamaan. So memang kamu kena tengok latest nanti. Selalunya dia akan keluar sebelum selepas SPM lah. Selepas SPM punya result keluar. Okay?
So sangat penting untuk consult dengan cikgu lah kan.
Yes, betul.
Cikgu ada next soalan, scholarship MARA roughly will be given to how many students? Saya rasa ni pun cikgu yang lebih arif kot.
Yup.
Okay, alright. Ini cikgu pun tak berapa pasti. Tapi MARA setahu cikgu dia memang akan ambil pelajar yang betul-betul yang mengikut apa yang dia tawarkan. Maksudnya masa cikgu apa yang dia nak, requirements yang diperlukan macam tu lah dia akan ambil. Kalau kita dapat tak terkurang daripada apa yang dia nak, dia memang sekarang ni dia tak akan ambil. So MARA dia memang akan ikut apa yang dia dia bagi requirements tu lah, apa yang dia nak. So kita tak tahu berapa how many students ni, bukan kita, bukanlah. Okay. Alright.
Okay, terima kasih cikgu.
Okay,
alright, next question dari Hazim. MARA ada ke scholarship untuk ACCA if you know? Fazlan, you know anyone?
Kalau my time tak ada, tapi I baru check YTP punya website tadi, ada. Memang samalah, dia buat CAT dulu, lepas tu dia akan buat ACCA. Macam 2 minggu lepas saudari Iman ada cerita, dia buat dekat under PMB, dia buat dekat Intact kan, macam tu lah program dia. So I tengok MARA pun ada, tapi that was last year lah. This year I'm not sure, tapi
preparation locally and you can still fly jugalah untuk
fly ke tak I tak sure. Sebab ACCA itu MARA tak ada tulis. So I itu pun tak sure.
Alright, for students if ada
macam mana tadi? Macam tadi Fazlan, sorry? ACCA.
Apa yang saya check berdasarkan YTP punya website, dia akan buat CAT dulu. CAT tu Certified Accounting Technician. And then something lah. And then only dia akan buat ACCA. So instead of dia ambil degree in accounting, dia orang akan buat professional paper terus. Macam ada.
Memang ada. Dia kalau MARA ni dia selalu hantar ACCA ni hantar ke Kolej Profesional MARA Beranang. Okay. Memang ada. Okay. Right. Good.
Alright, from Nadia. Nadia, ada interest to reach MBA. Ada tak any advice to go through that course or apa flow yang sesuai untuk buat after SPM to further study in MBA?
Okay, MBA. I can talk from my colleagues yang masa I kerja yang nak sambung MBA. Selalunya orang takkan lepas degree kalau US you kena ada 2 tahun work experience baru you boleh ambil MBA kalau tak silap I. So you tak boleh dari degree you terus sambung MBA. Cannot. Tak silap I lah. Dia was US ke UK tak. Tapi selalunya orang ambil MBA sebab diorang nak further diorang punya career dalam company tu. So macam I lepas degree I masuk Khazanah, I masuk BNM. Then after a few years baru macam sekarang pun I ada senior yang dah dekat the company for 5 to 7 years. Then already they apply for scholarship under the company, macam under Khazanah ke, under Bank Negara ke. Then only they pursue MBA through that. Orang selalu takkan buat lah MBA terus sebab I mean what's the point for me lah. Yeah.
Okay, meaning maksudnya kalau you pursue any courses pun like actuarial science, accounting ke, business ke, so you can still ambil MBA later on lah kan?
I'm not sure if it's only restricted to, I don't think so lah sebab I sekarang I ada BBA. BBA is the Bachelor in Business Administration. So it's the one, it's the sister of MBA lah. I tak sure the requirement if you kena ada BBA untuk ambil MBA. I don't think so. I think even kalau you ada BA in accounting ke apa ke, you still boleh ambil MBA. Yeah. It tak restrictive. But it's a good intention to take MBA lah. But it's a tough thing. Very tough. All the best.
But yeah, very ambitious, so good. Okay, I nak tanya about the financial aid just now from MARA. Diorang kasih, I mean they will pay for your tuition fee and also your allowance kan, personal allowance. So like tuition fee tu MARA bayar straight to your uni, is it?
Yes, kalau tuition fees directly to uni. Memang kita orang. But I think dulu ada case kot macam diorang bagi dekat student tak bayar. So because of that nak elak tu, so diorang bayar terus to uni. Yep.
It's like nothing to worry dah lah untuk tuition fee university kan. Oh, faham. Personally you rasa it contributes ke, maksudnya fee belajar dah tak ada apa nak fikir, so macam you can focus more on your studies, is it?
Yes, very lah. I mean because you are being paid to work, you are being paid to study. Macam siapa je yang nak bayar you untuk study kan. So, macam you have that freedom lah to not worry about financial stuff and just focus on your study. You tak perlu pun nak kerja part time ke apa ke. Kalau you kerja part time untuk just cari duit lebih je lah. It's not because you need that work to pay for the tuition fees. So yeah, I think memang helpful lah. Kalau you guys ada chance untuk dapat even this MARA punya financial aid yang pinjaman boleh ubah, it's still a good deal for me lah. Yeah.
Faham. So personally you feel more motivated or like pressured sebab dia kan ada certain level like 10%, 30% to pay back. So obviously memang semua orang nak minimum lah untuk pay back kan. So you personally for like how many years? 4 years kan you kat US motivated to maintain lah 3.5.
Yes, dan sebab I ambil actuarial science is a bit tough. So memang kita orang kena study extra hard lah just to maintain that 3.5 and above. Yeah, but then US guna sama sistem GPA macam Malaysia. So the student yang dekat MSN memang dah familiar lah. You guys know how to hack the system lah in a way. So course yang ada 5 jam kredit, I think maths kan yang 5 jam kredit. So you guys should focus more on that sebab kalau korang dapat A- atau B+ pun, kalau yang lain A, still akan drag your GPA. So make sure focus on that. Ataupun kalau you tak boleh carry that, make sure yang kredit hours yang kecil-kecil tu you score betul-betul, you make sure dapat A so that boleh cover balik. Stuff like that. Yeah, but the reason why I selected Temple University was because of this also. Temple punya syllabus was not that difficult. So I had the choice nak pergi top university, memang susah. Tapi it's a top university ataupun pergi universiti yang biasa-biasa je dan score. Sebab I fikir I kena bayar balik. Kalau I dapat 3.5 saya kena bayar balik 10% je. So better for me to just go to a so-so uni and score lah, rather than going to a very top uni and then you suffer, lepas tu you kena bayar balik mahal. So that's another. That's what I decide lah. So what you guys decide is up to you guys.
We have 5 minutes more. So any students yang ada soalan, sila tanya before we end. Okay, you mentioned tadi Fazlan, you specifically pilih Temple because it's like so uni but you can score kan. So you saying that maksudnya different uni offer different apa maksudnya?
Grading criteria, different kesusahan. Yes.
Oh, okay. Although it's the same course.
Even though actually science, tapi depend on the uni you go itself. Lain lah. Contoh kalau you masuk Harvard tak ada actually science lah. Tapi kalau contoh you masuk Harvard, it's very tough for you to get 3.5 there compared to kalau you pergi uni yang biasa-biasa kan. Sebab the level of student apa semua, the level of like intelligence apa semua macam. Yeah, so yes, so that plays a factor also lah. Yeah, but janganlah pergi you yang command sangat just for this. Yeah, it's not that difficult to score. As long as you study well, you should be able to do it lah.
Okay. Alright, there's a question. Untuk engineer course, what should I apply for after SPM to study overseas? Maybe you ada few friends study engineering?
Apply for means apply dekat mana? I ada
what program code?
I think kalau engineering quite besar, betul. I ada kawan yang buat under GMI, semua ada marah lah. Yang buat dekat GMI, lepas tu pergi Germany, yang buat dekat France, yang buat dekat MFI, UniKL MFI, lepas tu pergi France, yang buat dekat MSI, pergi Spain, yang buat dekat MIET, pergi Russia. So I think for engineering, and also you can go to the well-known one lah, UK dengan US kan. So I think it's up to you which one you want to go. Just know that kalau you pergi Jerman, you pergi Russia, you pergi France, you kena belajar dia punya language as well. So masa you buat preparation, masa dekat UniKL tu you ada course and language. So kalau you ada type of person yang memang tak boleh pick up new language, then maybe just go to a English speaking language instead. Yeah, tapi kalau you are interested nak belajar a third language kan, a third or fourth for you, so then go for it lah. I think engineering ada punya bukan opportunity, punya banyak choice lah where they want to go. Kalau actually science is a bit limited.
Faham. I pun ada a friend doing engineering dekat Korea, also under MARA. So I rasa like personally kalau for engineering course ni like you said lah, kena pick up the language, different language if you have the intention to fly, and also maybe you should do more research on the grading punya cara, because from what I know Korea is quite tough. Dia punya grading tu like very high lah. So maybe need to do more research on that. Ada soalan, kalau ambil actuarial science, what kind of job scope yang commonly boleh apply to a company? This is a good question.
Okay, alright. Actually, mainly kerja dekat insurance company. Sebab apa yang I belajar is I belajar risk management dengan insurance. So basically, how we price insurance lah. You know kalau insurance, you kena bayar monthly premium. You kena bayar bulan-bulan berapa. So that kalau you meninggal atau kalau you sakit, diorang boleh cover for you kan. So in order to calculate that amount, so you need an actuary lah to calculate that. So you need to be good in Excel, you need to be good in maths lah in order to do that. So that's one, insurance company memang obvious. Dan second, sebab orang company generally tahu budak-budak actuarial science ni, diorang macam power okay lah untuk dalam maths. So boleh masuk mana-mana business related company pun. So macam I masuk Khazanah, I buat investment kejap for a year. So samalah, sebab investment pun banyak kira apa semua. So macam diorang still cari budak actuarial science. Lepas tu sekarang I masuk bank negara. So memang kawan-kawan I pun ada dalam banks, dalam audit firms, insurance companies. So there's a lot of stuff you can do lah. So not only limited to masuk insurance company sahaja. Sebab kalau you nak masuk insurance company, kalau you nak masuk actuarial punya department, diorang nak tengok dah berapa banyak professional paper yang you dah pass. But then for me, I only pass satu je. So memang the chance for me to go into that memang susah lah. So kalau you betul-betul nak masuk that insurance punya department, so you memang kena do the professional paper lah. Tapi kalau tak, you just macam I memang I dah lari jauh lah sebenarnya. I belajar insurance, tapi sekarang I buat benda lain, I buat banking. But the choices are quite limitless, because masa I lepas graduate pun I apply banyak lah. I apply data analyst dekat bank lah, I apply macam-macam benda So macam, dan mostly memang dia orang akan panggil for interviews. So you start, betul.
Alright. Okay, ni I rasa general question juga. When should they start applying for scholarships? Maksudnya macam you personal experience SPM bila and bila you start apply like a month before tapi you guna result.
Tapi I still try apply for scholarship using my SPM result. I tak dapat lah. I think you dah sekarang kan internet senang kan, so you guys lepas result dah keluar, just tengok website. Macam kalau you plan nak apply Maybank ke, BNM ke, YK ke, apa ke, tengok website, tengok bila dia punya application keluar dan apply lah. So so I think so before that, sementara tunggu application buka tu, you just research what do you want, macam you nak ambil course apa semua, dan make sure dah ada solid answers lah on those general question. Macam kenapa you pilih this company, kalau kenapa you apply scholarship under this company, kenapa bukan this company, kenapa this course apa semua.
So like kena be alert on the timeline lah, maksudnya bila that particular scholarship open for application, and then tengok bila result SPM keluar, bila you nak mohon and everything. So timeline very, very important. And then kat mana nak apply for scholarship MARA? Alright, this one kita dah bincang tadi, mungkin you should consult more dengan counselor, Cikgu Aisyah atau Cikgu Syahid sendiri, tapi dekat website MARA pun kita boleh tengok. Tak susah ke kerja lain tapi ambil actuarial? Oh, you in banking industry.
Yes, the learning curve can be quite steep, but then the benefit of it is that diorang tahu I tak ada background sangat, so diorang tak ada like expect too much from me. So macam diorang know you're still new, you're still learning, so they give you some kind of leeway in order for you to pick up lah. But then you need to pick up lah. So once you dah kerja for a while, you need to be able to understand what they do lah. But then people do believe in you. So even kalau you study maths, lepas tu tiba-tiba you apply nak masuk bank, nak jadi accountant ke apa kan. So as long as they believe that you can do it, it should be okay. So just in the interview, just show that you are able to do it lah. So diorang tak expect you to have that technical punya knowledge lagi pun, you are still new.
True. But just most importantly, should in that company lah, kan?
Yep, betul.
Okay, boleh jadi ke at one time dapat 2 scholarship?
Kalau you apply for both, I think ada case my friend yang macam tu. Lepas tu ended up kena select one over the other. Tapi okay, this is not applicable to you guys lah, but this happened to me sebab I apply scholarship guna result trial. So masa I nak apply, bila result SPM keluar dan I nak apply scholarship BNM lah, Khazanah lah, apalah, Petronas apa tu, ada satu soalan yang tanya, are you currently under a different scholarship? So I kena tick yes, sebab so that they know I'm currently under MARA. So kalau diorang nak sponsor I, diorang kena bayar balik MARA apa semua, apa yang kos yang MARA dah tanggung selama tu lah. So so there's a risk kalau once you dah take one scholarship, lepas tu you nak apply another, once you dah accept one scholarship, it's quite difficult lah, sebab unless you are very very good. So macam kalau Petronas kan, macam dia tengok borak I tu, dia macam, oh kenapa I nak select this guy dah ada under MARA, so kalau I ambil budak ni kena bayar balik itu ini mahal pula kan. So macam so that's a risk that you guys have to consider lah. I'm not sure it's applicable untuk student this year ke tak, but that's something to think about.
Alright. Okay, we actually are coming to an end already of our session. Okay, just a recap untuk soalan yang tanya tadi, susah ke kerja lain tapi ambil actuarial, dia tanya lagi, so they will lead us, right? Yes, so the company akan lead you. Maksudnya sebab from your resume, they already know you punya qualification, and macam case Cik Fazlan sendiri, dia dari Khazanah jump into bank negara, so all the experience dekat Khazanah, maksudnya through the interview mesti diorang dah tanya khusus-khusus and everything. So once you show your interest and you confident what you know about them, they will lead you. Ya, betul. And then I think that's all for today. Kita dah tak ada soalan. Alhamdulillah. Okay, that was a good session, Cik Fazlan. Thank you so much. Alright, untuk pengetahuan semua, this session is recorded. So semua boleh tengok, kalau nak tengok the recording, you boleh tengok dekat Facebook Ansara Cawangan Typing. And saya ada pengumuman sikit, starting from January, kita ada sambungan lah career talk kita yang akan diadakan pada setiap hari Jumaat. Jadinya untuk bulan January punya session, kita ada career talk on process control engineering, fintech and IoT. Oh, that's interesting. And then pharmacy dan juga medicine and dentistry. So ada 5 sesi lah untuk bulan January Career Talk Series. So yang berminat boleh tune in, nanti kan cuba. Alright, so I think that's all for today. Thank you so much pada semua yang mendengar and yang bertanya soalan. Thank you so much. Kita tangguh majlis kita dengan tasbih kafarah suratul As.
Okay, thank you.
Terima kasih semua.
Terima kasih semua.
Thank you semua.